it's always fantastic. So I can just play, get online, jump online, play Halo Arena or Smash Brothers or whatever I can do. So, but it's a good gig.
That's so awesome. Coming out of school, obviously, I think that's like a lot of different people's dreams. Like you obviously get to play video games for a life. Sure, you're not a professional, but you get to write about them
Right,
and
exactly.
deliver that to people. And I think that's really awesome as we see OS get burned. But as this game's going to carry on, we'll continue a little bit with talking about some things as far as you're concerned, so people get to know you a little bit. So you write for the Post Gazette, you pitch it to them. That's awesome that they went for it.
Yeah.
You know, there's two different papers and big papers in Pittsburgh for people who weren't from here. We have the Trib Review, and then we also have the Post Gazette. The Post Gazette's more of a different style of paper. They're, like Max was saying, they'll write about movies, they'll write about video games, they'll write about music and plays, and the Trib's a little bit more traditional. You know, they'll deliver you news and everything of that nature.
A little more right wing.
Yeah, right wing, if you will, and the Post Gazette's the other way. So
Sure.
there's two different papers for two different shades of life. Okay, so this is map one we're looking at as we see Staten Island out to 5-0 lead. What was your? I'm sure everybody who watches the stream have either played it or seen it. What was your takes on Fallout? Did you enjoy Fallout 4?
Fallout. I didn't like it as much as everybody else liked it.
Okay.
I put 60 hours into it during my review process, so I played a lot of Fallout.
Okay.
But to me, it didn't feel like I played a lot of Fallout 3 in New Vegas, obviously, but Fallout 4 didn't seem like that much of an upgrade. I'm not really into the sim type stuff,
Okay.
so like the building of the settlements and
Yeah.
stuff. Did you play it?
Yes,
You played
I have. I played it a lot. Yeah.
So like that's not. I wasn't a big. I didn't feel like that gave you enough of a benefit to like invest the time in
Yeah.
that whole. But like, hey, if you love SimCity or any of those sim type games or Minecraft, and you'll spend hours and hours and hours in building stuff like that.
Absolutely, and the reason why I bring that up is that's like the hot thing right now. Everybody loves Fallout, or you know, there's people like you who, you know, felt like Bethesda could have done more, and
I gave it a 7.5.
Yeah. So out of 10, 7.5 out of 10.
7.5 out of 10.
And so have you reviewed all Bethesda games?
Oh yeah.
I'm a Bethesda nut. I love Bethesda ever since Morrowind, like the third Elder Scrolls. So
Yeah.
that's probably pretty low for a Bethesda game normally for
Definitely.
me.
Yeah, I loved Wolfenstein. The
Okay.
new Wolfenstein, fantastic game.
Did you play The Evil Within?
Loved the Evil Within,
Okay.
and that's I played it multiple times before, like pre-release on preview builds with like different packs of packs, and it looked terrible. I
Yeah.
was like, this game's gonna be terrible. And then the final game came out, and I was really pleasantly surprised because I'm a big fan of Resident Evil and especially Resident Evil 4.
Yes.
And it kind of gave me that Resident Evil 4 vibe.
Yeah,
so I was surprised by that.
Yeah, my buddy picked it up on Black Friday, and we started playing it. And that's what he said. He said, "Hey, this is like Resident Evil 4." And after playing it for a while, I'm like, "Yeah, you're definitely right. I see that in it." So that's cool. Reason why I bring that up, obviously, Fallout 4 being the big thing. I'm a huge Bethesda fan. I love Bethesda games.
Yeah.
I've always been more of an Elder Scrolls guy, admittedly so. So
Oh, yeah.
Oblivion's my favorite. So like Fallout, I was excited for. The thing that I really enjoy about Fallout 4. You said about the sim building. I felt like it's kind of clunky, honestly.
Yeah.
So it's really tough to build. So I felt like they could have done more there. I was really happy with the gun combat. I'm an
Yeah.
FPS fanatic.
Way
It
improved.
feels way more like an FPS. And you can feel like your personal skill as an FPS player can actually benefit you in Fallout. You know, if you're sniping and doing things, and you can use weapons with more damage that shoot slower if you're good and hit your shots, than you can with a weapon that just throws the bullets out there. So
Yeah.
I love that factor of it. Go
That was
ahead.
a huge complaint for earlier Fallouts. Like the gunplay was not there.
It was pretty much
the
just
accuracy wasn't there.
VATS. So
VATS,
you just open
right.
up VATS. You know, I used to play it on console. I finally have a nice gaming PC, so I played it on PC. VATS, you hit right bumper, open it up, hit their head a couple of times, pull the trigger, and you're going to get your kills. The
Yeah.
stories were always fantastic, though. Don't get me wrong. The storyline I think Fallout 4's storyline has some twists and turns. It's a great story if you haven't played it. Max gives it a 7.5. Not being as experienced in the ratings, he's right. I'd probably give it like an 8.75 in my opinion. I like it. Everybody has their opinions. But you know, Max is doing it for a living. I felt like we had to get his opinion on it. What'd you give Halo 5?
Halo 5, I gave an 8.5 because, and only because, a lower score, because I thought the multiplayer was better than any Halo
Okay.
out of any Halo.
Right.
but I thought the campaign was the worst out of any Halo.
That's like the resounding,
Yeah.
the resounding opinion, everybody. If you're a campaign person, which I've always played campaigns. Nice nade by Buffett there. He picks up a kill 17-7 here on BXA. I've always been a campaign guy. Halo 1, okay, so we had a PS2 in my household. I have an older brother who's 30. I'm 22, so there's a little bit of an age gap there. But I always got to play all the video games he got to play.
Yeah.
So we had a PS2, and I thought PlayStation was kind of cool. One day he took my mom out, and he's like, "Mom, we have to go out and get Xbox." Because he went and played at a LAN. He played Halo 1 at a LAN. He brings home Halo 1 on Xbox. Ever since that moment, I've been an Xbox guy, always played Halo. I've loved it. And being a 9, 10-year-old kid, campaign was so awesome. And then I got into multiplayer, and I was his practice noob. He'd beat up on me on one-on-ones, and it got to the point where it was 25-3. He's just crushing me. And then it just kept getting closer and closer. I eventually beat him, and we never played multiplayer anymore against each other. He was always on my team, or we played campaign together. So, yeah, seeing this whole storyline with the Locke and Chief against each other, I kind of like just rolled my eyes. I'm like, you cannot make Master Chief a villain.
Right.
After everything he's done for mankind in this storyline, you cannot make that man a villain.
It's so much Locke.
Right.
It's way too much Locke.
Gotcha.
And Locke is not like...
He seems like he's like sandpaper.
Yeah.
Like he's so dry.
Right, yeah, exactly. He's not... They didn't do a very good job developing... Like, I know if you read the expanded universe and all that stuff, you probably know a lot more about Locke than most people.
Right.
But, like, you shouldn't have to...
Read
like,
the universe.
Right. And it's fine that stuff exists for the hardcore Halo fans. But like you shouldn't, the core audience shouldn't be punished by not reading up on that stuff. So and it just and also like the combat was just like, all right, go here, kill all these people, go here, kill all these people. I was not a fan.
Yeah, and I feel like as far as campaigns go, while we're on the topic, a campaign that like between Halo, because you just feel so helpless. Like mankind is so helpless against all these odds, and then you have Master Chief come down and Buffett makes a great play, a double kill there,
nice.
up 24-12. You know,
lopsided.
Yeah, it's pretty lopsided. So, you know, Master Chief has always been the savior. Like, oh, the odds are so stacked against humanity. Who better than Master Chief to save? And, you know, Gears of War just came out with the Unlimited, the UE edition. That was a game that, between Halo and Gears, I would always play through the campaigns because I just felt like the storyline, as Staten Island's going to take Game 1, the storylines have just always been so damn good that with Marcus Phoenix or Master Chief, the odds are so stacked against you, how could you ever prevail? But you do, as a player, you make your way through it. So it's disappointing for me to hear. I felt like the writing was on the wall with Halo 4, though. When they got rid of Cortana, like when Cortana like kind of died,
Yeah.
The writing was on the wall. You knew they were going to take it a completely different way. And me being a player since I was 9, at that point in time, as soon as Cortana like gave herself up to like keep Master Chief alive, that's to me is when Halo like the storyline died. Like that was it.
Yeah, it's a good ending, you know. And then for the are we waiting on the next one to start? I guess.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure.
Okay, but yeah, and then also for them to pull kind of Halo 2 with a cliffhanger.
Yep.
Like, come on, it's not like this is a Call of Duty where we have to wait 1 year. Like we have to wait like 3 years.
Yeah.
For the next part of the story, and that's terrible.
Halo 2's ending was really bad. I agree with you. That wasn't the swiftest ending. Halo 3's ending, obviously, if you beat it on Legendary, a little bit different than the like if you just went through it on normal,
sure,
you got a different flavor on Legendary, which was pretty sweet. But
yeah.
So Game 1 goes to Staten Island, pretty dominant, 25-12. As we're going to be waiting to get into Game 2, we're going to take a 30-minute break here, 30-second break here as we're going through.
Yeah.